Hi, good evening, and welcome to God Lit, God Fed with Randy and Keisha. And we are here tonight for our 5-minute Bible study on Heroes of Faith, and tonight is Moses. So, Moses will be reading from Hebrews 11:23 through 27. I'll be reading from the NIV version. And also, these heroes are found in other scriptures. These are just the ones in the Hebrews 11 passage. By faith, Moses' parents hid him for 3 months after he was born because they saw he was no ordinary child, and they were not afraid of the king's edict. By faith, Moses, when he had grown up, refused to be known as the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to be mistreated along with the people of God rather than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. He regarded disgrace for the sake of Christ as of greater value than the treasures of Egypt, because he was looking ahead to his reward. By faith, he left Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He persevered because he saw him who is invisible. Amen. So with Moses, he was led. It feels like it was in his heart to be led. Like, you know how when God puts something on you, it's like, no matter what, I'm going to get this done. No matter what, I just have to get it done. It's like something from God when it doesn't leave you. But also God was speaking to him and telling him what to do when it came to the Israelites. And he obeyed. You know, he had his moments when he hit a rock with the stick when he was supposed to speak to it, because he was thinking about what he did before. And that's another thing. A lot of times God doesn't do it the same way all the time, or do something. He doesn't do something because that's the way you think it should be done, or how he did it for someone else. It's always a different way. That's how I see it.
Amen. Yeah, Moses was known as a upright and devout man. However, again, nobody is perfect. None of these heroes were perfect, because he even killed a man, actually defending another man. He killed someone.
Yeah.
But another part of the story, when God initially told him to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go, he made all kind of excuses. Even though he was going to do it, he made all kind of excuses. He said, God, I even have a stuttering problem. God said, don't worry about that. I will speak through you. So that's something there. So when God tells us to do something, we first look at our own natural ability. I can't do this, I can't do that. But God said, don't worry about it. I'm just going to speak through you. And he was afraid of Pharaoh that he would kill him. But he later on trusted God for his safety. But we initially, when God tells us to do something, we make it all kind of excuse because we're looking at our own ability. But God was looking at what he was going to work his power through him. But he was obedient and freed the Israelites.
Yeah, and I think you're so right. God tells us something that's bigger than us.
Yes.
It's always bigger than us. So it's like, oh, I can't do that. But I'm learning that's what you do. Whatever he puts on your heart. I can't see that happening for me. Not me,
right,
you know.
Exactly.
But it's like, just now it's like I want to see what God sees. I want to receive what God has.
Yeah.
So that's Moses was a strong character in the Bible. Not a character, but a strong hero of faith in the Bible. And he's always mentioned, always talked about.
Yeah, and like my last note, if you look at a lot of these heroes of faith and other ones that are not mentioned, people in the Bible, it's something we all can relate to, because God always chooses people who don't think they are the call. But that's who God chooses. He chooses people like a Saul who's a killed Christians. He chooses a David who was a shepherd boy. He always chooses those people who other people look down at.
Exactly.
Like with Joseph, that's the people that God uses for his glory and to accomplish bigger purposes. When you think it should be Mr. Joe over here just making up a name, have all these accolades, all this education. He's the leader of this, he's the CEO of that. Why not God? Wouldn't God use him? No, that's not. God will use him, yes, but God want to use just ordinary people who are willing in their heart
Yes, Lord.
to follow.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So this is our Moses night, and we really enjoyed it doing the studying for the word. And we are so glad you decided to log on, check us out, and we look forward to you checking us out again. We wish you all a good night, and may God bless.